Castle Park, a large public open space in the centre of Bristol. Once the largest Norman castle in England stood here, until Oliver Cromwell and an Act of Parliament demolished it in 1656. Up until November 1940, this whole area of Castle Street, Dolphin and Wine Streets was Bristol's main shopping district. On that Sunday night, the first wave of aircraft illuminated the area with flares, so that others could drop high explosives to cut electricity cables and gas and water mains. The third and most deadly group dropped more than 12,000 incendiary bombs. The old heart of Bristol was destroyed that night, not by bombs, but by fire. The all clear sounded at midnight. And the following morning, the raid, supposedly targeted at destroying the city's nearby port and industrial facilities, had cost over 200 lives. Not all buildings were destroyed, and there were ground plans for reconstruction, along with a new museum, art gallery, and civic buildings. But all that was eventually abandoned. Instead, the area became one enormous car park. It was decided to redevelop the nearby Broadmead area as the main shopping district of the city, and building began there in the 1950s. The car park closed, remaining buildings were demolished, and the space landscaped and opened in 1978. The shell of St. Peter's Church stands in Castle Park as a memorial to the 1,200 people who died between November 1940 and the last air raid on the city in April 1941. Before COVID, it was the ideal place for a lunchtime break. Now, it's slowly returning to a new normal. At the northwest side, though not officially part of Castle Park, are the ruins of St Mary Le Port Church, lost on that November night in 1940, and the abandoned 1960s Bank House, Bank of England and Norwich Union House buildings. In April 2021, plans were proposed for the redevelopment of this area to create more green spaces, renovate the tower and ruins of St Mary Le Port Church, and build shops, cafes, bars, restaurants, and offices. Needless to say, there are already objections to the size of the buildings, saying they will obscure views of the historic spires and towers and parts of the old city from the park. Hopefully, things can be resolved to avoid Bristolians, including myself, having to look at this for much longer. I will just have to wait and see.